Hi everybody, good afternoon. I make this record for the online class for tomorrow, which is no for 20 uh, October and also 23rd October. Okay. Alright. So this week we will go through, or you need to know what is air transport. Okay, air transport. Okay, at the end of the lesson, you should be able to differentiate between airline and airport. Describe the operating characteristic of the airport. Describe on the advantages and constraints of airport. Describe the rural air service in Malaysia. Okay. Explain the fuel hedging in air transport. Explain the airline business model of airlines. Explain the Open Skies Agreement. Explain the Airline Alliance. Explain on the Code Share Agreement. Okay, agreement. Okay, can I continue? Alright. So what is aircraft? Aircraft is airlines, which is the company that provides the air transport services. Okay, such as we have Malaysia Airlines, we have Thai Airways, Malindo, Air Asia, okay, and so on. Alright. So what is airport? Airport is infrastructure, is terminal where the flight is taking off and landing, a place where passengers assemble before boarding or alighting a plane. Okay, so we got runway and telecommunication system. Alright, so example of airport. Our nearby airport is Alor Airport, right? And then we have Penang Airport at Bayan Lepas. And then we have KLIA. We got two, KLIA 1 and KLIA 2. Okay. So airport usually we build at flat area, okay, which is sufficiently large to accommodate the runway, okay, runway, the place where the plane depart, and other facilities, and free from obstructions to air navigation as mountains and tall buildings. Okay, it's clear. No mountains, no tall buildings. Okay. So airports are normally located away from the residential areas. Okay, because we want to avoid the noise and also dangerous. Okay, let's say such as the aeroplane crash. However, the current approaches in managing airport as profit centers will anticipate many commercial activities at the airport. Okay, so now air, uh, airplane not just for people to move from one point to one point, but also to deliver freight, for freight delivery. That's why we have idea to make the airport at Kulim, because got Kulim industry area, and then they are planning at the Chuping to support the industry area. Okay, and also at Bayan Lepas, nearby the industrial area. So for now, airport must be somewhere that easy for people to go and close to population area, means close to people. Okay, usually airport in a big town, in a big town. Alright. Okay. So example of emergency shipment is such as medical supply delivery during the disease breakout, vaccine, medicines, medical equipment, okay. Organ transplant transport such as human organ, heart, kidney that must reach the hospital in another city. Okay, or disaster relief operation. Okay, got earthquake, flood, tsunami. Okay, or critical machine part or equipment. When a factory machine break down and stop production, usually we need urgent spare part lah. So might be from another country, which is the owner of the brand. Owner of the brand. Okay, next is typical commodities. Typical commodities. Okay, typical commodities is a kind of product that we use daily lah. Okay, but of course it will expensive things such as the jewelry here. Air freight cost versus inventory cost trade-off. Okay, inventory means like we put in warehouse, right? When we have a product that we need to wait for a while in warehouse, so we call it inventory lah. The items. Okay. So let's say we put the item at the warehouse. Okay. So we usually warehouse will charge us lah based on the space and also based on the day. Okay. So if you need to bear the cost of the air, and then you uh, try to look back at the cost of the warehouse if you keep the item in the warehouse. Okay, so when you calculate, it's better you send immediately, although by the air transport, which is cost high, we got a high cost, because if you keep for longer time, you will have to pay more for the warehouse cost, okay, for the keeping cost. Tak bergerak. Kita gerak. It's not moving. This is not moving. Okay, example for air freight cost versus inventory cost trade-off. Decision either to keep items in our stock or to order the items when the need of arises. Okay, means when we need, then we buy. Either we buy, again then we put in warehouse, we pay for the warehouse. Okay. Some item parts are costly. Let's say if price is 1 million of a machinery part, the item will be used when the existing part is breakdown. Is it worth to hold in it or inventory? Normally we buy just as precaution for quick replacement. Okay, but we don't know when. Okay, alright. Okay. For operating and service characteristic, the speed of service. Okay, the speed travel time advantage can be set off by low flight frequency, scheduling, timing. Okay, so um, sometimes when we order the ticket for the flight, there might be some delay and so on. So um, when it comes back to the purpose of why we decide to use air transport is because of time, right? So how to make sure that what we promise the customer get it? Okay. So number one, uh, try to reduce the flight frequency. Let's say one day only got two trips. So the customer will focus um, to the trip. No issues about empty seat lah. No issue about empty seat. And then if you have many trip, okay, the number of the customer will be scattered. So there will be some flight that have small number of passengers only, which is of course will make you loss. Alright. And then scheduled timing. Okay. Smaller communities have experienced reduced frequency. Okay, you must know which area. Let's say Alustar, we got a small number of people. So how many trip from Alustar to KL for one day? Long Pasir Sabah. Okay, Sabah Sarawak. Okay, how many people travel every day? Indirect routing due to hub and spoke network. Okay, indirect route, okay, uh, due to hub and spoke networks. Hub is big airport, okay, big airport such as KLIA. Spoke is small airport such as Alustar Airport. Okay, alright. So usually there is no direct routing. No direct routing from one spoke to one spoke. Mean one from one small airport to one small airport. Usually they will go to the hub first. Example, when I work in UniKL past like 5 to 6 years, I travel from Johor Bahru back to Alustar, okay, to meet my parents. Alright. So like one trip, which is so there is no direct trip from Senai come to Alustar. So I need to stop at KLIA and then book a different ticket from KLIA to Alustar. Alright. So why they have the hub and spoke system? Because they want to increase the efficiency. Alright. So it will improve the load factors. Okay. Means we got one, two or three small airport. We will go to one hub. From one hub, we will mix all the cargo and then we will split to the destination and then go to the small airport. That's a better efficiency lah on freight management. Okay. Okay, air traffic. Air traffics. Air traffics refer to the movement of the aircraft in the air within the airport control zone. It includes the aircraft taking off, landing and flying between the airport. We manage by the air traffic control. Air traffic control. Okay. For the ground congestion means that maybe at the taxiways, okay, the runways where the planes waiting to take off or park the plane, at gates or terminals, okay, such as the immigration check, okay, or at cargo areas, okay, at cargo area when many shipment we want to load it or unload it, so it will cause ground congestion. Okay, so it will add uncertainty to total travel time. Okay, example, You wait at the gate. The plane already arrived, but you still cannot go inside the plane because they want to arrange the cargo and so on. Alright. Okay, so this is the picture example of hub and spokes. Okay, so the example, the hub is the Atlanta port. Okay, and then we have spokes, small port here, which will go to hub. Okay, instead of got flight from Indianapolis to Baltimore, usually they will go to the hub first and then will go to the Baltimore. Okay. Okay. Operating and service characteristic, length of hull and capacity. Okay, what is length of hull? Length of hull mean that the average distance of a shipment travel from its origin to the destination. Okay, short haul within 200 to 300 kilometer. The long haul over 800 kilometer. Usually cross country, either by trucking or air freight. Okay. Okay, aircraft capacity depend on the aircraft type. Okay, let's say wide body, they got 4-engine jet, can accommodate 370 passengers and cargo up to 16.6 tons. Boeing 77 carries 263 passengers and most planes carry between 120 to 260 passengers. Airbus A380 capacity to carry 455 passenger or 853 in-class configuration. Okay, what is in-class configuration? Mean the design, setup or arrangement of vehicles within the same vehicles. So for the airport, the in-class configuration means refer to the seat layout and space used, such as we have economic class, first class, okay, business class. We got cargo converted configuration. Okay. So the 15-200 km range, main and upper deck. Okay, what is main? Main deck. Main deck is the primary level of an aircraft. It's where most passengers or cargo are carried. In passenger aircraft, it's usually where the economy or main cabin is located. In cargo, freighter aircraft is the main cargo floor where containers and pallets are loaded. Okay, that's main deck. Upper deck, which is the second level, upper floor, located above the main deck. Found only on large wide-body aircraft such as the Boeing 747 or Airbus A380. Okay, got premium cabin such as for first or business class, where the crew rest areas or additional cargo depending on configuration. Okay, so again we have main deck, lower deck and upper deck. That's for aircraft. This flight length, the distance of flight. Some flight got short haul is under 3 hours. Got medium which is up to 6. The long haul is up to 12. And ultra long haul is over the 12 hours. So each airline is the company lah, is the company got their own definition on their flight length. Okay. Example, Japan airline, okay, focus on which is Europe to American continent, focus on the long haul, long distance, right? So, usually air transport is generally high reliable, okay? Generally highly reliable compared to other mode of transportation. However, there is some situation that might make the air transport got some issue to arrive at the estimated time, such as because of the weather, such as raining, okay. Okay, the situation we call weather-related flight disruption. First is thunderstorms, where contain the lightning, strong wind, heavy rain, and turbulence. So it's very dangerous when you want to take off and landing. Lightning can damage the aircraft system. The wind shear, okay, which is the sudden change in wind direction or speed, can cause loss of control. So the flight will be delayed, diverted, or grounded until the storm passes. Number 2 is fog. Fog. Will reduce the visibility on the runway and in the air. Pilots may not see the runway or other aircraft clearly. Even though modern planes have instruments, severe fog can make takeoff or landing unsafe. So, there will be delays or cancellation, especially at airport without advanced landing system. Third, snow and ice. Snowstorm and freezing rain can cover runway and aircraft surface. Ice on wings reduce lift and can cause accident. Runways become slippery, making takeoff and landing dangerous. So flight will be grounded until aircraft de-iced and runways are clear. Okay. Number 4, strong winds and crosswinds. Strong winds and crosswinds. Crosswind means wind blowing sideways to the runway direction. If too strong, pilots may lose directional control, especially risky for smaller aircraft. So the effect will be delay or diversion to other airport with better wind alignment. Number 5, volcanic ash. Volcanic ash clouds can damage engines, stretch the window, and block the sensors. Even small amount can be deadly for jet engine. Okay, the effect, airspace closures and mass cancellation. Example, during the 2010 Iceland volcano eruption. Number 6, heavy rain or flood. reduces visibility and can flood the runways. Hydroplaning risk. Aircraft tires lose contact with the runway. It will affect the takeoff and landing suspended until rain eases or runway drains. Last but not least is the sandstorms, haze or smoke. Common happen in desert or forest fires areas. It will cause poor visibility and engine damage due to the dust particles. However, now we already have sophisticated navigation system, which is a system that help pilots, to determine an aircraft exact position, direction, speed and route, and guide it safely from departure to destination, even in poor visibility or complex condition. Condition. Limited airport accessibility at travel time and cost to air travel. Of course lah. Usually in one state, got one airport only. Alright. Let's say we have airport at Alustar. So if you want to travel from UUM, it will take around 1 hour. That's the limited airport accessibility. What is departure and arrival? On-time departures and arrivals are within 15 minutes of scheduled time. Means let's say you buy ticket that you will depart at 5 p.m. So if the flight depart at 5:15, you cannot sue them lah. There is some protocol. So what is depart is defined as a time the aircraft door is closed and the vehicle is pushed away from the gate. Arrival is defined as a time when the aircraft wheels touch down on the runway. So this is the last slide for this video. I will continue with video number 2. So the assignment for this video is please work in your project group. You have project group, right? Choose one terminal. Choose one terminal. Choose one terminal. Alright. After you choose the terminal, list down type of aircraft. Type of aircraft that operated at the terminal. That's assignment number 1. Thank you.